Hello everyone, welcome to the corner. We're going to do a little feature on one of my older builds today. And figured I'd use Dr. No Good here to kind of segue into it. Yeah, I know, Joe. There's another one of those quarter words. Gotta pick on you, man. Gotta pick on you. On Dr. No Good here, old Tom came up with an idea to do something with him. And I'm going to follow suit with that. Just got to figure out how I'm going to do it yet. But old Tom came up with the idea that he needs a saw in his hand. So we're going to try to figure out some way, form, shape to make a saw and put it in his hand so he's got a saw to carry around with him. Maybe that'll keep him busy and keep him from paying attention to me, huh? But anywho, I wanted to bring out one of my old school builds, if you will. I went out one day looking around hobby stores, just kind of trying to find some ideas to build an old show rod. And upon walking around, I went to 3 of the hobby stores that were in my local area down there. At the time, we had 4. And it was the 4th one that I went into that I found something that would work. And I ended up purchasing it, bringing it home. But it was a little tin radio flyer wagon that was about yay big. And when I saw it, I just knew it was what I wanted. So I ended up bringing it home, pulled the wheels and the running gear and the handle off with a wagon, and blended it with the Bad Medicine show rod, and this is what I came up with. The wagon is tin. It's a metal wagon. Running gear's been, like I say, ripped off of it. I kept the radio flyer down the side just because, for whatever. But upon building this, a friend of mine, Mr. Frank, everybody calls him Mr. Models. I'm sure some of you might know who he is if I said his last name, but I don't like using last names on the channel here too much. But Mr. Models, Mr. Frank, lives in Chicago. And upon building this, he kind of lit up a little bit one day. His eyeballs got a little bit bigger, and he's like, I need to take you someplace. So we jumped in the van, and he took me for a ride, took me over to where Radio Flyer is in the Chicagoland area. And out front of Radio Flyer, they have this big, huge, it's huge, Radio Flyer wagon standing out in their front lawn where their facilities are. And I was like, man, that'd be cool to get in there and take a picture of it. So we drove around by the guard gate, radioed to the guard, and asked, could we come in and take a picture of that? And they're like, oh, sir, sure, come on in. So we pulled in and got out, and I stood underneath the wagon, and the bottom of the wagon from here, from this part of the wagon down, I still had 3 feet between me and the top of the bottom of the wagon. That's how big this thing was. But I've got the picture somewhere. I forget where I put it, but anyway, like I said, I took the running gear, everything off of this, put it with the Bad Medicine show rod. Used Mickey Thompson tires on the rear. I wanted that hot rod kind of look for it. Had the custom decals made, Little Bad Wagon. And then I also had Sia for the back end. You snooze, you lose. That's the kit, the Bad Medicine show rod running gear on the rear. Everything up front is the Bad Medicine show rod. I used the custom dash out of the 59 Impala to put like a gauge pod in, gauge type pods in it. Shifter and steering wheel. The shifter, I think, is out of the Ice-T show rod. Can't remember, but I used that just because it looked like a wagon handle. Use that for the shifter. And then, trying to get around the camera here when I was in it. Then I used just a set of bucket seats that were in the parts box with the seats in it. Ladder bars came out of the parts box. I didn't really care for the way it blended together on the bottom here. How it leaves this just kind of just a direct cut off there, but it is what it is. Real life, this thing probably wouldn't go down the road anyway, so. Look, it has a drive shaft. Woohoo! Took me a little while to find something to bond the plastic to the metal. I actually used a little bit of two-part epoxy to get it to stick, and that stuff works. So that's how everything is attached to the metal. Rear suspension, the body, and then this upper part of the body are all two-part epoxy to the chassis, or to the wagon, to the pan, whatever you want to call it. Like I say, I was there for a while. I was into the show rod kick. I built quite a few show rods. Still have a few of them left. Well, quite a few of them left. They're all in the case here behind me. Actually, I just turned around and took a quick count. I only got 6 of them left. I got 2 of them that are sitting up here on the shelf above my work. Well, actually 3 of them that are up here on the shelf above my workbench. There's 3 more behind me, and then this one. But I got a few left, I guess. I don't know what I did with all of them. I might have boxed some of them up. I know I built the Ice-T show rod, and well, I got the Red Wagon, or the Red Baron too. I got a few of those above here too. All right. Anyway, getting senile here. I'm losing my mind. I've got maybe 9 or 10 of them left, I guess, now that I count them. But yeah, that's my show rod there. Just for grins and giggles, I pulled another one out. This is my take on the Tarantula show rod. Yeah, it's purple. Like I say, it's my take. Anywho, the show rod, Tarantula show rod, when the kit came out, comes out with a dual scoop on top of a blower. And I always thought, well, why not put dual blowers on it? Make it look right? Not going against Tom's design or nothing like that, because Tom Daniels built some awesome show rods. And still, I mean, they're still cool today. But I put twin blower setup on it. What I did is use the blower setups out of the Orange Blossom Special pulling truck. Laid one intake flat on the engine like it should be. And I took 2 other intakes and stood them up on end to make a triangle out of them. Then I just used a couple pieces of plastic just to cap off the end. Just to make it look the part. Doesn't look too bad, I guess. I mean, this thing was built probably, gosh, I don't even know, 25, 30 years ago. I forget how old this thing is. Built back in the 90s, I can tell you that. And I used just a set of drag headers on it. This is actually the other side, and then this is actually this side. And I just flip the headers from side to side, just to give them more of a upsweep to them. Blower belts, a couple rubber bands. Better not do that too much, they'll break on me. Use the tires and wheels out of the Tarantula. As you can see, the chrome's starting to fade away. The green's starting to show through on all the chrome parts, but green kind of actually looks kind of cool with the purple. So, I don't know. No, that wasn't done intentionally. Also, the kit came with quad headlights to make it look like spider eyes. I just knocked one light off and then just made it into a 2-light setup. Notice one of my lenses are missing there. And then the back, I gave it just a kind of a little push bar for being pushed around the pits. Now, I know that wouldn't be able to stay there if it was an actual race, because the chute wouldn't come out. This was painted with the, I forget what it was. That really dark purple that Testors had up for a while. The Boyd colors. I forget the name of the color that he named it, whatever, but that's one of his paints. For those of you who don't know, Boyd Connington. Yeah, just figured I'd show you a couple show rods today and just kind of toss them out there. I always like to, if I don't croak here first, holy cow. Sorry about that. If I, yeah, where is it? Oh, I've always liked the look of the tarantula show rod. Just that long swept back look, and then that rake on that roof. I'd always liked that. Just had an attitude about it. And it just always just had that look. Just totally cool looking car. I've also built this in the out of the kit, out of the box. Yes, I build 1, 2 out of the box every now and then. But I actually built it in the green, the kit show rod conglomeration. And so I have that one. That one's boxed up right now, but I don't have that one in the case. I always kept this one out in the case. But yeah, I got a few show rods. Maybe in the future we'll pull a couple more out and we'll show a couple more off. I know I've already shown off my 59 El Camino that I did into a twin engine setup using the Mysterion show rod by Roth. But we just pulled a couple Tom Daniel cars out and showed you them today. But I hope you're all having a good day. And wrap this video up, get this one ready to go out either today or tomorrow. May even throw another video together over the weekend here, and we'll get another one out yet too. So see what happens, see how it goes. Hope you all have a good weekend. Take care, enjoy the weather wherever you are. Hope you have good weather. And yeah, pull something out and build something, dig something out, start something. Hey Joe, get going on that funny car. Yeah, you want to. Get scratching. Get going. Build it. Yeah. Dr. No Good said so. Anyway, keep having fun, everyone. Keep scratching that plastic, and we'll see you on the corner.